And no one is worthy of the Hall of Fame? What's going on, baseball fans? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast on the Laracuente Ledger Network. And as I said in the open, it's being reported the MLB announcement has come and gone about who's making the Hall of Fame for the 2021 class. And the answer is no one. To me, this is an absolute travesty. I think that there are legitimate Hall of Fame candidates on this list, and the fact that no one could get to 75% to me is an absolute joke. We know that the closest anyone got was Curt Schilling with 71.1% of the vote. We do have our piece and our article up on Laracuenteledger.com, as well as the video corresponding to that article here on the Laracuente Ledger Network. And while not being an official ballot, we do believe that there are legitimate Hall of Famers on that list. Now, there were 14 blank ballots that were submitted, and to me that's an absolute travesty, and those 14 writers should 100% lose their vote. The fact that they would submit a blank ballot, meaning that no one on the list deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, to me is an absolute travesty, and they should not have that vote. Give me a vote, and you would have had somebody going into the Hall of Fame this year. Now, for those that may not know about kind of the strange rules that go along with Hall of Fame voting, if you do not garner at least 5% of votes for the BBWAA, the Baseball Writers Association of America, you fall off the ballot. So we would have several players who fell off the ballot, and that would be Aramis Ramirez, LaTroy Hawkins, Barry Zito, AJ Burnett, Michael Kadire, Dan Herron, Nick Swisher, and Shane Victorino. Now, are these players Hall of Fame players? Maybe not. But to me, the 5% rule, where if you don't garner that much, is an absolute joke rule that needs to be abolished. Maybe these players are not Hall of Famers. Maybe this isn't the group that I should be making this case upon. But the simple fact is that Yankee legend Bernie Williams would fall off the ballot after 1 year for not garnering 5%. Jorge Posada would fall off the ballot after not garnering 5%. It, to me, is an old relic of a rule that needs to go by the wayside. It was fine when there were less people on the ballot each and every year, so that made sense because there was less people to vote for and there were more concrete cases. The fact is we have a very big ballot at this moment in time because of all of the players that came up through the PED era, the steroid era, that were left on the ballot as a protest because they used performance-enhancing drugs or were suspected of using performance-enhancing drugs. But the simple fact is that there are players that have a legitimate case for Hall of Fame. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But the fact that they would be removed from the ballot after 1 year because they fell under 5%, to me is an absolute joke, and that rule needs to go away. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you believe that none of these players deserved a entry into the hallowed halls of Cooperstown and to join the Baseball Hall of Fame? If you head over to Laracuenteledger.com, or if you stay tuned here, I will leave links to my unofficial ballot down in the show notes below, as well as up in the YouTube card. I do believe that there were at least 10 players on this ballot that deserved a spot in the Hall of Fame. Honestly, there were more. I just could only use 10 based on the BBWAA rules, which is another rule that needs to go away. If you believe that there are more than 10 players that are worthy, you should be able to vote for as many as you want. But that's a story for another time. Again, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know who would have made your unofficial official ballot for the MLB Hall of Fame. If you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as that bell to stay notified of every time we drop new content here on the Laracuente Ledger Network. If you haven't already done so, make sure you join us over on Patreon by heading over to patreon.com and searching for the Laracuente Ledger Network and joining us. When you do, you're going to get access to a ton of exclusive content that's already up on our Patreon account, as well as more that is incoming. Your support is what's going to allow us to continue bringing you the content exclusively on Patreon, as well as what we do here on YouTube. So we thank you for the support, and I will catch you on the next time the latest news, notes, and my personal thoughts, theories, and opinions have to drop about the game of Major League Baseball. Peace.